Hello, everyone. Welcome back and happy Wellness Winning Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I know others are still going to come, and others are also watching on Facebook and Instagram on the other platforms. So thank you guys so much for being here. It is always a pleasure to come here knowing that we are coming together to do something wonderful, amazing for humanity, particularly our children, with a focus on the young woman. And this is still International Women's History Month. And let us continue to be grateful and to really pave a way for the women in our lives, to give them the all inclusion in everything that we are doing, so that they can also try to see what they can use the resources available at their disposal to do what they need to do to build themselves, build their families, their children, and their communities. So thank you guys so much. And I also want to let you guys know that the Anchor 360, it's tomorrow, Thursday, not today. Until further notice, it's going to continue to be on a Thursday. So we are here today, and thank you guys. We're going to just move ahead and continue to do what we're doing. But first of all, I really want to emphasize on this, because we take the time to emphasize on this because this is Women History Month. We want to really emphasize and put an emphasis on our young girls, because you and I, all of us here, we know what women go through in the world. Some of us saw it through our mothers. Some of us lived it. Some of us see it in our communities. As we even travel, we realize that the challenges facing young people all over the world faces the young woman more. They are on the disadvantage. And to see it and not say something about it, to even take part in it and not say something about it, is not going to help them. I know that people have their customs and traditions, and a lot of times these customs and traditions are built against the woman and the children, and the female child ends up to be the one that suffers the most. And so we want to be able to say something. When you see something that it doesn't look right, you may not want to stop there and be saying something right there. Don't do that. Find a way to contact us, One Global Movement, and then there's always a better way to deal with situations like that, so that people don't feel like they have been empowered, or they have been looked low upon, or their tradition has been trampled upon. We don't want that to happen. So we want to find the best way possible, and the best way possible will be what will be possible for that situation, the child, and then the parents, making sure that we're not barricading the children from their own parents, because it makes things worse for children if children are permanently barricaded from their own parents. So unless the parents are endangering their lives, then we can maybe shift them a little bit away, but still making sure that they know that their families are there. And things change, because when these kids are being raised the right way, or are being helped the right way, they can go back now and begin to help their own parents or their own family members. It's always good to be connected to what is called family. Blood is thicker than water. And we all need to know this, because a lot of things are going wrong in the world, because some kids cannot even see, or they don't even know their biological parents, especially through adoption. Some of them, they are not allowed to even know. And that is not a good thing. In doing that, that is the number one abuse, not to let children know their own parents. So if you see anything, please do not stand a chance of being hurt or anything, or fight anybody. There's always a better way to handle those situations, and you can contact us, because there are resources all over the world that can be reached, so that these children are treated well, especially in the case of sex trafficking. You see these young girls that are being ferried across the Atlantic Ocean. Please say something. Not to say something, you are also contributing to that situation. Say something to somebody who knows how to deal with those situations, not for you to take it into your own hands, and then maybe you can invite some hatred against you that is not healthy. So Thank you guys so much. We will continue with Women History Month, and we're going to focus on the young woman, as we have mentioned before. So today we are in the O-Academy Revolution Part 79, and tomorrow is going to be 80. Remember, we want to reach 1.7 billion, not million, 1.7 billion children worldwide. And in order to do this is one of the ways that we do it, to start, because there are billions upon billions of themes or things that are affecting our children, particularly our young girls, that we can talk on. Unless we don't want to look, we need to really focus our mind's eye to see uh, beneath the surface what is going on, beneath what you know, beneath the kind of life that you are enjoying, and you think that is the same for other people. No, it's not the same. So we, as the ambassadors of Unpassive, and now the ambassadors of One Global Movement, we need to do this, because this is what we were cut out to do. We need to do this. I am very serious. I always put emphasis on this thing because I've lived it. If not of my grandmother, praise God, I will not be here. Maybe I would have been dead because of obstetric fistula, being given away into marriage before I even turned 18. So this is very, very serious. If you're not doing it, then you're not living the life that God gave you to live. We all need to come together, set aside our divisions, our biases, set aside the volume of our bank account, the color of our skin, set aside the languages that we speak, set aside all those things. Those things are all beauty and diversity that God created us with. We talk now, you don't know what is going on around the world. Sometimes I Google the news and I read, because I want to find out if the children in some of these areas are okay. And a lot of times they are not. And when countries go against another country, what they usually do is they attack the women and the children, because these are harmless people. They are peaceful people. There is really no need. In order to get to those people that they are fighting with, they usually go and hurt the women and children, and this is not okay. If you are really manly enough, or you're a woman enough to fight because you want to fight, go fight the person that you're fighting with. Don't go and fight the children and women that are just living peacefully, a mother that is trying to shield the children, to feed the children, and now you destabilize their life and their suffering. So this, God will never look down on this and smile on anybody that is doing things like this. So I just want to make sure that I say this, because a lot is going on in the world, especially when it concerns our children. Children are innocent. They did not ask for us to bring them into this world. We did, because we love children, and we should continue to love and nurture them the way they're supposed to go. Very important. I was that child, and I say it with seriousness, because I know what it means, because I've lived it. And thank God that it was cut short by my grandmother. So, O-Academy Revolution Part 79. Women, young girls, the silent whispers, yet the strongest builders and creators in every society. How so? This is the theme. Listen very well so that you can contribute. Remember, this is an interactive forum. It's a give, because we are serving children from different cultures, different backgrounds, different orientations. Not to contribute, you're not helping the children in your area, in your village. We need to do this together. So the theme again for today is women, young girls, the silent whispers, yet the strongest builders and creators in every society. So women and children, they are the talk in whispers. There has to be a reason why they are speaking in whispers, instead of making sure that their voices are being heard. Why? Because most women and young girls, their voices have been shut off and shut down, and they can't say things, and they shut them down using different means to really barricade them from things that they are supposed to reach. And this is not okay. And that is why they whisper. Some they whisper through their tears, their breath, whatever. This whisper comes in different ways to different women and young girls. And so, yet, even though they are being hushed and they just whisper their own opinion, where nobody can even hear them, they are still the strongest builders and creators in every society. Tell me about anywhere in the world that you can say something, even exist without the woman. You can never exist without a woman. I would never have existed without my mother. And it is the same thing with all of us here. So, how is it so that they are the silent whispers, yet they are the strongest builders in every society? How is it so? You can start from your mother, your wives, start from your grandmother. For me, it's always my grandmother. It's always been my grandmother, because my mother was the very quiet kind that just sits and cries. Even she still cries now. Because when you traumatize a child, giving a child into marriage at 15, which that's the case for my mother, then you must have traumatized that child. So, and my mother has developed health difficulties because she was pregnant at a very young age, giving away into marriage. And she has that obstetric fistula, which, thank God, I am here in the United States and she's here with me. So we are always going to the clinic. Do you see the havoc that our own bad behavior, poor behavior, or innocent behavior can bring to children in the future? That's what I'm dealing with now. So we want to be able to eliminate this, being that we have these artificial intelligence and clean products from Unpassive and Mr. Ash Mufara. There is no reason why we cannot do it, because that's exactly what we're doing here right now. So why are the women and young girls often considered the silent whispers of society then? Because there are so many reasons, and I am going to let our beautiful sister Yvonne Finn take the stage, because this is her time and day to really talk about these things. And please listen carefully, and this might spark something within you that you may want to share, or you may want to send to us so that we talk about, because we see them, especially in the so-called developing countries. Even here in the United States, girls are getting pregnant as 15, 16, 17. But here, the medical resources are there to really start helping them. And usually they don't get to those grievous cancers, obstetric fistulas. So this is very, very important. And if you don't have children, like Mr. John Barilla, you are taking care of children of the whole world. He takes care of his children, of his nieces and nephews. Yes. He does that. And he started helping One Global Movement even before I knew him. And thank God, God always positioned people in your life for a reason. He was helping, I didn't know him, but it turned out to be that he is exactly, I don't have to say 100% because nobody's 100%, almost 100% my uncle. And my uncle took very good care of me and defended me. And so that is the more reason why I say he is the managing director, because he will defend me. He has that same characteristics like my uncle. So begin to put in the chat there, please. Let us really help these young girls. They know that there is something here, but share these videos, everything about One Global Movement, so that they have something to watch, something that they're not just watching, something that will educate them and also instill in them tools. Give them those tools that they can begin to help themselves, and they know that they can contact us. So share, subscribe, like if you have not already done so. Always do so. When you see new people, take that time. That is your own way of working. Take that time to say, can you subscribe to this? One Global Movement is helping young people defeat hunger, illiteracy, poverty, abuse, sex trafficking, homelessness, even all other social ills. You need to explain it to them that way so that they know what they are doing, because you can't just take something to somebody without explaining to them what it is. You all know what we are doing here. Please share, and so that it will grow this channel. When it grows, it means we are reaching those children. It's growing this channel for all of us, which means it's all of our children. So please do your own part of the work by sharing, subscribing, encouraging them to subscribe. If you've not already done so in your household, do the same and tell them to do the same. Tell them to attend. Bring anything from your community that you want us to talk about as you see it fit with the children, because things that are happening in different countries are different. So bring it together so that we can put it together and form this global movement and global gospel to reach every child. So thank you so much. I will leave the stage for our sister Yvonne to do her thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mundih, and thank you for all our attendees. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much. So the topic for today, as Dr. Mundih said, is young girls, silent whispers. I have a quote. Of course, we like to start with our quotes. A strong woman may remain silent when people talk behind her back, but that doesn't mean she doesn't notice. It simply means she chooses not to waste her energy on foolishness. She has more important things to do. And I'm sorry, I don't know who to give credit to. It's an unknown. And then another one says, a really strong woman accepts the war she went through, and she's ennobled by those scars. That's Carly Simon as a singer. So I want to just list a few of the things that women have contributed, and yet we are still considered, and we are still considered as underrepresented because there are more women and girls in the world. And so we need a lot of role models so that these young girls will get the encouragement that they need. There is a theoretical physicist, Dr. Shirley Jackson, was the first Black woman to receive a PhD from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that's MIT, in 1973. While working at Bell Laboratories, she conducted breakthrough scientific research with subatomic particles. And here is her research enabled others to invent the portable fax, the touch-tone telephone, solar cells, fiber optic cables, and the technology behind caller ID and call waiting. Imagine all that information would have been missed without this amazing woman, right? And then there are others like Marie Curie and Nancy Johnson, the ice cream maker, Marie Telkes, the first 100% solar-powered house, Anne Tsukamoto, stem cell isolation, Grace Hopper, computer programming, and Elizabeth McGee, Monopoly, the game. A variety. I mean, we are not one voice. We are so broad. And I mean, the world just doesn't understand how to. I think maybe they're afraid of us. I don't want to say that. There's a saying that about how powerful we are, right? And I mean, that's probably more true for women. And so it's got to be a reason. Anyways, women have made impactful contribution to society and yet have often been overlooked, underrepresented, and continue to be underestimated, where they should be celebrated as role models for other women and young girls. When not actively excluded, women are proving that they can excel in any age and in any industry sector. I mean, all of it. Physical, doctoral, hands-on, whatever. Silent whispers. This phrase suggests that contributions of women and young girls may go unnoticed or unacknowledged. They might work quietly behind the scenes without seeking attention or recognition for their efforts. The strongest builders and creators, despite being described as silent, the statement emphasizes the resilient strength of women and young girls in building and creating. This likely refers to their roles in shaping and sustaining various aspects of society, such as family, community, education, and more. And the thing is, women can do all of those things all at once. They raise families, they support communities, they get an education. Women are amazing. The idea here is to challenge stereotypes and societal norms that may limit or underestimate the capabilities of women and young girls. And that is why we need to bring these role models to the forefront so that young girls, when they see this, they will say, I would like to do that, right? But if they feel that women are not doing those things because we're shunted to the side, it emphasizes their resilience, the women's resilience, creativity, and influence in contributing to the development and progress of communities. And here are some ways that society as a whole can support and validate women and girls. Recognition and appreciation. Acknowledge and appreciate the diverse roles that women and young girls play in society. Encourage public recognition of their contributions, whether in the workplace, at home, or within the community. Another way is to provide equal opportunities. We must advocate for equal opportunities in education, career, and leadership roles. Support policies that promote gender equality and work to eliminate discrimination in various fields. Don't say a woman can't do it until you've given her the opportunity.
Yes.
And then, right. Promoting education. Emphasize the importance of education for girls and young women. Support initiatives that provide access to quality education. Quality education. Thank God for Unpassive. Even if you don't get it in the mainstream, the institutionalized education buildings or whatever, we certainly can have women come in and learn anything they want to learn in O-CADEMY. So thank God again for Mr. Mufaro and Ashma and O-CADEMY, helping them to develop skills and knowledge, breaking stereotypes, challenge and break down gender stereotype that may limit the potential of women and young girls, encourage a shift in societal perceptions about what roles are deemed suitable for women. And then there's mentorship and role models. And that is very important, as I was saying at the beginning, because the more we bring these amazing women who've done such amazing things, the more we bring them to the forefront, just as a byproduct of just doing that, we will encourage our young girls, because then they will have something to aim for. Foster mentorship programs that connect experienced women with younger individuals to provide guidance and support. And then also we have to craft safe spaces, because women are still at risk of being abused, especially when they have a big voice. If they don't play small, they're going to be in the bullseye of some.
Yes.
So advocate for safe and inclusive spaces where women can express themselves without fear of judgment, discriminations, or reprisals. Support initiatives that address these issues, like harassment and violence against women, and flexible work environments. And I don't know how much time you have, Dr. Mundih, because
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
They promote you must promote flexible work arrangements that accommodate the diverse needs of women, especially those who are balancing work and family responsibility. We must encourage entrepreneurship. Women are phenomenal entrepreneurs. And the thing is, what I've noticed about women, because I have a program, kiva.org, and they support grassroots, small farming. But the women pay back almost 100% of those loans, and then they turn it around again. It's amazing how they don't default, because they know what it means for their communities, right? So I really appreciate that about women. They're so responsible. So support female entrepreneurship by providing resources, mentorship, and financial assistance. Recognize and celebrate the achievements of women in business. Political empowerment. Encourage women's participation in politics and decision-making processes. It gives another layer when women are at the decision-making table. Support policies that promote gender diversity in leadership positions. And then in the media, please, it's time we start representing a more diverse look in ages and ethnicity and culture. Encourage media platforms to showcase a diverse range of stories and perspectives. We all have a collective responsibility to ensure all these supportive and validating initiatives become a reality sooner rather than later.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am really so glad that you took the time to really invest in this topic and give it the justice that it deserves. Because this hurts. Amen. It shows that you want the change to be effective and immediate, not something to wait. Immediately. And that is why we are here. Because as we are speaking, young girls and women are languishing right now as we speak in pain. In pain, in real pain, they can't talk. And you talked about that maybe they are afraid of us. You know, there is this myth. Where I grew up, they said, if you are highly educated, no man will want to marry you. And because why? The men believe that you don't have to know more than them. They don't want to give you the opportunity. They don't even think twice to see to even ask them, did I create this woman or God created this woman? What we are simply asking for with respect is, give us a chance. Let us try. Let us try. When you don't let us try, you are missing out on a whole lot of things that God created and put in the woman. Let the child try. Let the female child try. There is so much of importance placed on the male child than the female child. It is all over, including here in Western countries. Because what is the essence of thinking that only the men can be CEOs, the women are fighting? Why do we have to fight? These are all inalienable rights that each and every one of us is born with, and they shouldn't be taken away from us just because we are women, or from our daughters just because they are girls. We are getting
You know, Dr. Mundih, if we would look at it as synergy and be collaborative instead of competitive, you can just imagine what the world would be like. Because men have a different perspective. We have a different perspective. but they can be synergistic. They can work together, and
Yes,
it
of
only
course.
could make more powerful, collaborations, and things would move faster, and it would just be so perfect.
It
Everybody
will.
would respect each other. Yeah, I
Very
mean,
happy. And the children will grow up to be exactly that and even more
exactly that.
because the world
Yes,
is changing. You know, because
yes,
of the family that I come from, because of the way that my mom, not my grandmother lived a very happy life with her husband, even though she was also giving away. It was their culture. A king, my
yeah,
grandmother is from a king's family, and then they gave her to another king's family, which is my grandfather's family, because they
yeah,
want to make sure that their children are
yeah,
given, are
yeah,
married into
yeah,
good families that would treat them with respect. But they did
yeah,
not understand that that is not the way that is supposed to be done. You have to give the child a choice. But my grandmother lived a wonderful, wonderful life, and my mom lived a very good life. But when their father was getting sick, my
yeah,
grandfather said, if I die, my daughter, I don't want my daughter to suffer. I want my
yeah,
daughter to marry to a place where they would treat her with dignity and respect, and she will live well. And that's the marriage that he arranged, and then he died. Now my mom married to a place that she didn't like, even though she refused, she was forced. But here's the thing. In my village, my mom was isolated for sending me to school.
oh,
My mom went through a lot. When I think about that, I just almost want to cry because these women, they would not make friendship with my mom, nothing, because my father said I should go into marriage, and my grandmother and my mom refused. So my mom was isolated. My mom was called names and everything, but she was bent on educating me. She never
yes,
had an education. My grandmother said, you will go to school. If you don't go to school, you will never get married in your life, because you're going to be the eyes and the ears of this family when I am gone. You're going to take the mantle to the next generation, and to the next, and to the next, and to all the women and children of the world. And I have the mantle here with me because
yeah,
it's a traditional thing that has been in the family for more than 500 years. And it is there for a purpose. And so my mom was isolated. She was always doing things by herself. And because those women too were threatened by my father, that if they dare make a friendship with my mom, So, but look at me. I'm the only one. These women, some of them are gone, but I started from Cameroon, helping them, buying things for them, making sure that I buy toothbrushes, toothpaste, I buy even clothes, everything. I'm the one who is doing it. And my mom raised me and my brothers the same way. We cook,
mm,
we clean, we support one another, we don't envy, we don't compete, we do things together. And
yeah,
what I'm doing today is what me and my brothers plan to do. Two of them are gone, two are still here. And
yeah,
we are doing it. The other one is working on a One Global Movement project in Cameroon, the 10 Chicks per Chicken project. And this is
mm,
that we need to, I'm saying this thing not for any reason, but to say that when we train our children equally, love them equally, when we plan things and do them equally, the children will see it as working together. It's much better than competing and comparing with other
yes,
people. So this is very, very significant, because when we see what we see around us in our society today, children are being groomed by their parents to compete and compare, and then
yeah,
get into careers that is not what they want to do. They are being forced, and some of them, when they grow up, they realize that this is not who I want to be. Now they start changing, but they must have wasted time and spend resources doing something that somebody else is pushing them into. Why can't
yes,
we carry out a conversation with our children and ask them what they want to do, particularly the young girls? There are
mm-hmm,
some schoolmates that I graduated with. They went into knitting. That's what they love to do, and they're doing fabulously at those things. They sell blankets. They make money. Sometimes they even make money better than those who think that, oh, look at me, I have this job. It's all about management. How do you manage yourself and your resources and your finances? So this is very important. We're saying this to say that give us a chance. Include the female child in every field. Let them try. When they try something, it resonates with what God has given them. I bet you that is what they are going to do. And it
mm-hmm,
will be so happy that they're doing it. Look at me. Imagine that if I had died, would you have ever known me?
no,
Ever known that I will even bring something like One Global Movement? No. And now, One Global Movement, we are all here because we all have something that has to do with One Global Movement. We have water projects. We have women and kids project like Melanie is doing, water project like Sister Yvonne Finn is doing. We have soup kitchens like Corrina. We have 10 accounts created under One Global Movement by Mr. John Barilla to support children. We have a lot of you here. Look at you guys here. You're on social media. You're making sure that this One Global Movement gets to each and every household in the world. These are all different initiatives. When we bring together all these initiatives, guess what? We can change the world overnight if we do it with heart. We can change it, and without fighting with anybody, just silently. Silently. Because if you make noise, the monopolist, they will think that you're coming to take something from them because they are greedy. Now they want to hurt you. So we don't make noise. We just go and do it. And like what they are doing to our CEO. Our CEO, they know that he wants to do something so significant that nobody has ever done in the world to change the world for the better. Who would not like that? But those who are bringing him trouble, they want to become monopoly. They want to be only the 2% of that breathe the best oxygen. They don't want any other person there. And now we hear about programs that are going to be implemented to reduce population. Who told people to reduce population? God created us for a reason. Say, go onto the earth and multiply. And multiplication doesn't just mean human being multiply and do the work and do it for others and make sure that you're taking care of your environment, your parents, your community, your classmate, you share. That is what multiplication means by God. And so we have no right to relegate these young girls or women into positions that they will be crying. Remember that God wipes the tears of the women. And collect their tears and make something good out of it. So we better do the best thing. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. But I'm so glad for this topic because you're talking, we are already doing the thing. These are the tools. Because if we don't line the inner core of ourselves, these children and the world with these ethical standards, when they begin to get that money, the money will not serve them well. We need to line them first with these moral and ethical values so that when they get these finances, they'll know how to use them. And of course, we're going to come to treating finances because this morning I attended a webinar that talked about money and artificial intelligence coming together. How well to use it? It starts from the moral aspect of it. You don't. We talk about billionaires and millionaires that are going through difficulties because they did not line their inner core, their hearts with moral values, and they get these millions. These millions are now like a curse to them because they don't even know what to do with it. It can't help them. So we are making sure it starts from the home. Remember that always. It starts from your home. Do not diminish what your children are doing, particularly the young girls. When they choose to do something, let them try. When they try, it doesn't work for them, you will know they will come back to what God created them to do. My son did that. And I had learned this principle from my grandmother because my grandmother was always giving us choices, never wanting anybody to force us on anything. And so I let my son, he would change his mind several times as I just kept quiet because me and the father knew that he would become an engineer, but we didn't just know what kind of engineer because of his behavior and plus the government program that the government was sending him to, So when he changed his mind, he said, Mommy, you know what? No, I don't like any other thing but aerospace engineering. So there he is. So we let these children explore. If you don't let these children explore, they will not be able to find their gift. We know that money is a challenge to all of us, to most of us, but money has to look for money. You have to be able to just build their environment with materials, educational materials that they will begin to find their pattern in all those spaces. Instead of buying a BB gun, buy some building materials, buy letters and numbers and paste them on the fridge or put them in their in a corner or their room. If they have a room, if they don't, put it in your living room. It's your living room. Let it be messed up. It's your living room for your children. If people come, you shift it a little bit aside. They can come. If they don't want, your family first, right? So this is very, very important. I emphasize. I used to use counting sticks. That's what my grandmother and my mother, they go to the bush and cut the sticks and cut counting sticks, real good counting sticks. So I don't know how to use a calculator. So I would do my math by counting or sometimes with my fingers. But then 10 fingers is not enough. So now the counting sticks. So we did that, and it worked wonderfully. It doesn't have to be artificial thing. And those are sticks. Imagine natural material. They are good body. So I'm saying this to say that use what you have, where you are, to achieve what you want to achieve, or to go where you start from somewhere. It doesn't have to be this fancy counting sticks or calculator. No, use what you have. Use what you have. Very, very important, because we are saying that even some kids or some parents, they don't even have, they don't even know what education is, right?
No, they don't.
So let us encourage our children, but let us help. We are doing this pretty soon. I'm waiting for some documents here, and then we're going to start putting advising people to put boxes into their various communities where people that have access or they want to help the community with a pen or a pencil or a book or something, they put those things there. Now they take, not putting it here and bringing, no, in those various communities. That's why we say, come here as with many people as possible that will represent your community, because when time comes, that work will be lighter on you, so that every child can be reached. Don't just come here by yourself. Encourage other people. This is something to share. If you're not sharing, then the resources from one global movement, it means that we're going to be greedy, and we don't want that. We want, what is your community? Census is number one. We're going to go according to the census, and it's easy to get census of every community. And we go by that, so that we make sure that no child is left behind. So thank you so much. If you have anything else, you can continue to say it. Otherwise, we can. I was going to talk a little bit. You mentioned a lot of women that are doing incredible jobs in the world, but I want to talk about the young women as well. Yes, you also talk about young women, but there are so many young women that are doing great things in the world, because the essence here is to encourage them. The big women already know what they're doing, why they are doing it. The young girls don't really understand. But if you have the ones that are doing these things already, it's a plus, and we applaud them for what they are doing. We always talk about our little girl Malala Yousafzai, who Malala is known for advocacy of education for young girls,
right?
Native Pakistan. She comes from Pakistan, where the Taliban had banned girls from attending school. Imagine that, like I was banned.
So, were you aware that she had been shot?
Yes. Yes, she was shot. That year I cried. I was crying here when I said, what did this? It's too much. It's too much. I'm telling you, I don't want to cry here.
Yeah, the reason I focus so much on is because I know that fear is a downer, right? So what I want is to make sure that our young girls, young ladies, don't want them to see the representation in every area that they can, because I mean, sure, they have it in them. I know that they do, but they want to make sure, because, you know, they're looking for acceptance and validation. So when we really profile these, not old women, but people a generation maybe ahead of them, so they can see that, hey, she did that, I can do it too.
Yes,
right?
Yes. And in closing of this month, we are preparing to bring the pictures and names and one or two lines of what these incredible women have done during the O-Connect on a Friday, so that everybody can see on the screen and that is a great encouragement for these young girls. So Malala survived an assassination attempt by the Taliban in 2012. And has since become a global advocate for girls' education and women's rights. She's still very young.
She has the Mr. Mufara attitude: do it or die. She knows that she knows she could be killed, but what else could she's thinking, this is what I'm here for. What else can I do? I'm doing it.
And if you even don't do it, you're still going to be killed, because you're going to school anyway. Absolutely. So you may as well go to school and also advocate for others at the same time. And God will not even let her to be killed at all, because she has to stay. We have Gitanjali Rao.
Yes.
At just 15 years old, Gitanji invented a device called TDs, which uses carbon nanotubes to detect lead in water faster than traditional methods.
Wow.
Just 15. She was named Time Magazine First Kid of the Year in 2020. This is still 2024. 2020.
Yes.
Time Magazine First Kid of the Year. So, for her innovation and commitment to solving real world problems.
Wow. Yes.
So we have to be solution oriented, right? Yes. Solution oriented, not problem oriented. And this is what she's doing. We have Wangari Maathai. The late Wangari Maathai, she's of late, may her soul continue to rest in perfect peace, was a Kenyan environmentalist and political activist who founded the Green Belt Movement, an environmental organization focused on tree planting. Remember, we talked about helping children on trees, their own tomatoes, and then conservation and women's rights. She was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004 in her contributions to sustainable development, democracy, and peace. These are all young children. You know, we need to teach our children. And then I will talk about Marie Van Britten Brown. Marie Van Britten Brown was an African-American inventor who, along with her husband, invented the home. I think you talk about the home security system in 1966.
Yes.
The home security system in 1966. Her invention laid the groundwork for modern home security systems and revolutionized the way we think about personal safety. Do you hear her? All these people that we've named, how many of you can say that you have heard about these people? This is what we mean by they are relegating women to the background, because these are people, we are using their inventions. It's just like Bob Marley. We are living off a lot of the things that the music that he created. When we talk about this thing, guess what we are doing? We are helping our own self to grow even better. When we recognize other people, these are young children. We ought to recognize these children. The home system is everywhere, in every household. So we recognize these young kids. It's a very beautiful thing to do. So
it is.
I'm so happy for this. And guess what? We already have a lot of tools that we're going to disseminate them in a book and begin to distribute to all communities, all countries in the world, so that these kids know.
Yes.
And you're talking, I was thinking about something. That thing just
entrepreneurship, how women are so, I just love how they are about that. They're passionate about it. And as I said, the loans, they are given most times land, and Kiva does that, KIVA.org, and they are given that, and they pay back almost 100% of the time. They don't default on these loans, which means Kiva wants to keep it going. It's a cycle now, so they can do bigger and better things, because food is also something, food and clean water. You have to have that to keep your system well, so you can go out and do the other things that needs to be done, right?
Right. Certainly. Yeah. And that is so good, because that's one of the programs of One Global Movement to help with seeds and farm tools.
Yes.
You can rent them out with a very minimal amount, so that it will not be a burden on them. But that is to help them to understand that nothing is free in this life. You have to be able to pay for something. And we're going to be providing those loans. Imagine providing a loan of $5,000 to a community of women or farmers. Do you know how far, what they would do? Now they don't just have to farm themselves. They can pay other people to do it, and then they do it on a larger scale. Then they can go ahead to do other bigger things. And then we train them in such a way that after this, your farm product, what else can you do that would expand this into a bigger market, for other people? So those are the things that we want to begin to do, not just establishing farms, see how they can expand it to reach every community and everyone, and they do it so pure, organically, that it doesn't have to contaminate children or people. So that's,
we want to save the environment, but we can do that by doing it pure. That's right.
Yes. Hello, good time. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. We love you. And of course, our sister is here. A strong woman accepts the war she went through and is ennobled by her scars. Yes, like and my grandmother said, a strong girl, a strong female child is the one that picks the sticks and stones and the dirt that is repeatedly launched at her, put them together, step on top of it, and rise higher. And that's how I always say, I don't care what you throw at me, I'm still going to rise, but still I will rise.
And so still I rise.
Important. Yes. And greetings, good time from Yvonne. And we have our managing director here. Hello, hello. Just got back from my doctor appointment. I hope you're doing well, John, with my surgeon. And I got a positive report. She feels there is no need for any scaling of the
Isn't
skin.
that lovely? Yes.
So I don't have to return. Yes.
Congratulations, John.
Congratulations. That's what we want to hear, John. Thank you. Yes. Today is Wellness Wednesday. See? You said
so there you go. Yes.
I do, however, have to get a complete body scan for skin cancer every 6 months, just in case, which is okay with me. Yes, that's okay, John.
Of course, yes.
But my mom does that too, John, just so you know. My mom
it's just precautionary. So do I, because I had thyroid cancer. So every 6 months they will check me, but it's been good so far, right?
But that's the best thing to do. We have to check ourselves. Even without that, we have to have that physical checkup every year.
Exactly.
We need to have that. So
no worries.
Women are underrepresented, and so we must do our part to close the gender gap. Yes, we have to do our part. And then welcome, John, and thank you to everyone here. And then we have Barilla Mommy again yesterday. Thank you so much, Barilla. How are you?
That lovely family is back again, every single one of them. Wow.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. And welcome, Barilla. And John Barilla says, all is well. So welcome everyone to One Global Movement. Speak with Heart. Feel free to put your thoughts here in the chat as you listen. I'm just chillaxing here in the chat and hanging with you folks. Yes, chillax, John. Just chillax. I like that word. And then we have our brother here, Ashok. Thank you so much, Ashok. You are so consistent with your love, your dedication to Unpassive, and we see it here every day with your own style. Thank you so much for doing that. We highly appreciate it. And we have Kenitha Momin. How are you, Kenitha? You guys look so beautiful. I love those names. The last name, Momin. Thank you so much for being here. And feel free to join the One Global Movement WhatsApp group, okay? If you have not already done so, if you want to, that would be a good place so that we can all hear from each and every one, because we are a family serving the world. And we have Talian Momin. Yes, you guys, you work as a team. This is what we are talking about. Children working as a group, as a team. It makes a great difference. Thank you so much. And we have our sister Nancy here. Hello, all the panelists and the viewers. We are so happy to be here. Yes, thank you so much, Nancy. We are happy you are here as well. Our love to your children. And Yvonne is always welcoming everyone here. We have Rachel Konanka. Hello, Rachel. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for being here today. You're highly appreciated. Encourage other people and share the gospel of One Global Movement to everyone around you, and encourage those to share. That is the only way we can get to one another, because you're going to personally tell them what we are doing so that they know that we are here for children. And yes, Rachel, and thank you for supporting hashtag One Global Movement. We have Barilla Mommy. How are you, Barilla? Thank you so much again. We have Elvie Mommy. Thank you, Elvie. How are you? Thank you so much, guys. You guys are really, yes, you came here like a battalion. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
And we have Ashidi Sagma. Hello, sir. If you're new here, welcome to One Global Movement. We are here to serve children. We speak with heart, from the heart, to serve children. And of course, you cannot serve children without serving families. Thank you so much. And we have our arts officer here, Kushal. Thank you so much, Kushal. We see the amazing job that you all are doing, and a lot of people have increased in your horizon. You guys are bombarding the internet, and I see it all the time. Thank you so much. Yeah. And Sananda, how are you? Thank you so much for being here today. You're highly welcome here. We're here for children. And then we have Maria Just. Hello, with the pink hand. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, thank you, Ashit. Thank you so much. We highly welcome you here and appreciate you. And then I'm just looking just in case I miss a name. And hashtag JJB Tin Man, hashtag Big Heart, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Speak with Heart, hashtag Unpassive, hashtag Unpassilious, hashtag I am the Tin Man, and I have a heart for humanity and young girls and boys. Yes.
Wow, nice.
That's
Very
a good
nice,
one.
John.
Well written. Thank you. And we
Yeah.
have Kushal again. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag One Global Movement Hawks. Hashtag Speak with Heart. Hashtag Education for Children. Hashtag Defeat Hunger. Hashtag Defeat Illiteracy. Hashtag Poverty Worldwide. Hashtag One Love, One Heart, One Destiny. Hashtag Unpassive. And hashtag Ash Mufare. Thank you so much, Kushal. That's beautiful. And then
Yeah.
we have Sabash Kumar here. Thank you so much for being here today. We highly appreciate your presence here for the children. Thank you. And thank you, Marie, just for being here again today. She said, wow, wow, we love you. Thank you so much. And we have Amal Fataya. Hello, Amal. How are you? Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We are here
Thank you,
building a foundation to reach every child and young person in the world, and we need to do this together. Thank you for coming. Let us share, share, and share. Please put the big thumbs up if you've not already done so. Subscribe and share One Global Movement products to all the world so that they know what we are doing, because every child is going to be affected here. So thank you. And we have Amar Fatia again. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we have Kushal always, hashtag support every child, hashtag education for all children, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag defeat hunger, hashtag worldwide, hashtag Unpassive AI. Thank you so much. Thank you. We love that. And our sister says, become a mantle bearer for hashtag One Global Movement, where we are passionate about young people as we hashtag Speak with Heart for them. Yes, become a mantle, a torch bearer for One Global Movement. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, and they are doing it. A lot of people, when they hear it, they're right here. So we thank everyone here. And hashtag Unpassive, change the world for better. Yep. And that's why we are here. If not of Unpassive, will not be here. And Utara, how are you? Thank you so much for those beautiful hands in the air. Hi, I'm Sigma Saka, India. Thank you so much for being here. Encourage your family, your friends, and your community, because we are here representing our various communities. Thank you so much. And Kusha says, gratitude, respect, and salute to your grandmother, Sister Yvonne Mundih. Thank you so much. I salute my grandmother every day. I have her picture. It's like I carry out a conversation with her all the time, because I don't know. She was this petite little woman. Even though my grandmother was a giant, but she meant business. She will fight to defend the grandchildren, particularly me. Said, this one, nobody must mess around with her. And that's what she did. She was a very strong woman. Thank you so much, Kusha, for recognizing that. Thank you. And our managing editor says, a small but lovely group of people. Thanks for coming today. Turn someone on to One Global Movement. Speak with Heart. Yes.
Thank you, John.
Encourage people to come to One Global Movement. That's what he's saying. And we ought to, because we don't keep this information or this group to ourselves, because when it starts, you will enjoy and the other kids will not, or your children will enjoy and the others will not, and that's not a good thing. So let us bring one, bring two, bring one, bring two here all the time. And our brother Momodu, hello, Miss Mundih, Sister Yvonne Finn, Mr. Ash, the tech team and staff everywhere, and all my beloved global ambassadors. Thank you for everything you've done and still doing for us. God bless you all. God bless you as well. Thank you so much. And Kushal says, yes, we can and will change this world to be the best place to live in. Hashtag uplift humanity and hashtag uplift poverty worldwide. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kushal. And We have the beautiful hearts from Good Time, as always. And hello, Good Time, Helda. Welcome to hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Speak with Heart. And then we have Jagadish Kumar. How are you, sir? If you're new here, you're welcome here. Bring to encourage your community. You're representing your community. We want to make sure that every community in the world is represented, and it is through us. Let us not negate this, because I would not like to see that I am helping some kids in this country and the other ones are behind. It is only through us. We are not doing this for Mundih. We're not doing this for Sister Yvonne Finn. We're not doing it for ourselves. We are leaving these things and doing it for something larger and for our children, the future. Remember, Mr. Ash Mufara built Unpassive for the Future, and that is the same concept that we are promoting here, to make sure that children everywhere are served according to their needs and according to how well they are ready to take on a bigger dream for themselves and their families. So thank you so much. And then we have Nabajit. Hello, Nabajit. How are you? Welcome, welcome. A lot of new folks are here today. We welcome you. This is for family. There's no better service that we can do or serve than serving our children to be better. Because when our children are better, we too are better. So Sagarika, how are you, sister? You look so beautiful always in your picture there. Thank you so much. The young girls have the power to create global society.
Yes.
That is so true. Thank you so much for saying that. And Kushal is saying, Jagadish Kumar and Nabajet Sagarika, welcome. And to hashtag One Global Movement, we love and pray for you all. And the last here is, please like, the big thumbs up, subscribe, and share hashtag One Global Movement. Thank you guys so much for being here. There is nothing more powerful and very joyful than knowing that there are people who have the heart for children and young people. It is just so great that we are here doing this together. So this is very important, and thank you guys so much for being here so that we can do these things together. And we know our sister just popped in, and she might have one or two things to say, but I really want to appreciate all of you. But take good care of yourself. I always say, if you don't take good care of yourself, you will not be able to take good care of children in the world. And remember that your health is your wealth. If you don't have that health, no matter what amount of millions you have, those millions will go to wastage. You won't be able to help these children. So please let us do that for our children all over the world. So Sister Esther, welcome. I know that you're rushing, and you don't have to rush because you're coming from somewhere else. Just take your time. But if you have one or two things to say about the topic, please do before we give the closing remarks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sister Yvonne.
Greetings, Sister Esther.
The two Yvonne squared.
Yes.
Thank you so much for always holding on for those of us that have got so many things that are keeping us behind.
Yes, that's okay.
We thank God that it's not everybody that is going through the certain stress. Yeah, it's really important that we're discussing all these topics about the women and their roles and what they do. We all know that women, they are the pillars of every family. They are the pillars of the house. They are the pillars for their husbands. They are pillars for their children. They are pillars for the society. Without the women, we do not know where this world would be. Okay, the contributions of women, the characters they portray, everything about them, the things they do is so unique that we cannot mention one and leave the other. So as it is now, I know that you have discussed a lot in my absence. I think we should keep it as it is, but let's all have it in mind that there is nothing to measure the work and the life of women in the world in general. Their work encompasses everything we do on earth, and women are the reason the world is still in existence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Esther. You rushed in, but you made it, and you made it big time. So thank you so much for this, and we highly appreciate you and everything that you said here today, including all what the topic that Sister Yvonne has treated is very wonderful. Go back to the YouTube over and over and educate yourself. And these are in simple terms. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate, do not hesitate to bring it. We all have questions because we all have to take the time to do this. We search within ourselves for the life that we've lived, our own experiences, what we see, and what good books are also saying. We combine these things together to bring it here for a reason. We don't want our children to go through what they're going through, especially our young girls. Let us begin to do things that would, in the long run, really erase some of these bad laws or rules or societal rules or customs and traditions that are hurting our young girls. I say that because I was hurt. If I'm alive, it's only by the grace of God. And I'm the only one alive. And I'm alive for a reason, while the other young girls are gone. So this is so important for me that it's a do or I will die thing. And that is the decision that I made when I was sleeping in the bush at the age of 11. If you imagine a young girl spending time in the bush at the age of 11, then you will know what I mean. So this is very, very serious. And now in the modern world, we can do it even better. So thank you guys so much for being here today. I highly appreciate all of you. And always remember to tell your children and yourself to be focused. Don't let any side chatter distract you from what you are doing, what God has called you to do. Stay focused. Encourage your own self. If nobody is there to encourage you, encourage yourself, maybe through prayers, maybe through what you're doing, because prayer comes in different forms, or through walking, and empower yourself, because that power that comes from within you is the real power that was given to you, not the physical power of fighting with people. And always remember that we have an ocean of opportunities, endless opportunities, which we have right now as we see it here from OnPassive. Because of OnPassive, we are gathered here as a global community to see what we can do for children. So thank you guys so much. 8 p.m. is there. If you can attend 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime, do. If you cannot, hey, tomorrow is still another better day. We will only keep moving forward. Backward never, forward always. Thank you guys so much, and I love you all.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
No.
Oh, Esther wrote something. I have to read it. Better to be late than never. And thank you to every one of you that continue to keep this platform rolling. I appreciate you all, my panelists and our attendees. I say you all are outstanding in
your unique ways.
In your unique ways. #One Global Movement. Yes.
Thank you,
yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. At least we read that. You contributed maybe the biggest part. Who knows? All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Running like a wounded dog.
Yes, that's okay. You're here. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. And say hello to all the children. Kisses and hugs to all the children. Bye-bye.
Bye.